Thanks for staying with us. So I remember we're still discussing this issue of midlife crisis, especially for women, but we can also touch on men. I remember when my brother was in his 40s, you know, he just came home back in the US then, he just braided his hair. This is a man that just braided his hair, you know. He didn't color it though, but he had it braided on and he came with a t-shirt, you know, like one of those sleeveless. My mother was wondering,
what is happening?
Are you okay? Then we didn't get it. We just thought this 40-some-year-old man
shouldn't be
doing this. I mean, you didn't braid your hair when you were 16, when young teenagers were braiding hair. Now you're in your mid-40s. You now feel like it's time for you to braid hair and not come with a sleeveless shirt, you know, acting like a guy. And so my mom was quite worried. You know, she got into fasting and prayer, thinking that this guy is of course, my mother was really, really praying about it, really worried that God to help this man. But now as I grow older, I realize that there's a phase in life where you just feel like, you know what, I must fight it. Yeah. But not everybody is able to fight it. Because some people, when you get to that age, it's either you go down where you just go, I am not Mama Jare. Please, I have 4 children. I cannot be, I prefer let me just do what I'm fine. Others are fighting it to stay young. So the question is, how do you find a middle ground? How do you not become somebody who is trying too hard to be young when you should actually be maturing? Because shouldn't you appreciate your maturity? You know, when we look at you as you're busy, you're dancing, I think you're 60, auntie, please. You have please, you shouldn't be dancing.
Beecee has been midlife crisis.
I am
60 years old.
Could it be midlife crisis that is doing you? You're saying that you're 60. You know, but
the thing
let me pause you for a second. I have Dr. Moyo as we called. Dr. Moyo, you're live. Thanks for calling.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Yes. I'm not in my 40s, but I'm currently experiencing things like this.
Okay.
Because I remember when I was in my 20s, I had sugar, I was very sleepy. All of a sudden, now I'm in my late 30s. Everything just disappeared. I'm like, it just became like magic. What happened? We see that I'm not exercising enough, or I'm not dieting, and then things that I will ordinarily not, if I start getting angry over, especially when I'm ovulating. So when I discovered that, once I'm ovulating and I'm nearing my period, I avoid everybody. Yeah. And I avoid situations that will trigger anger.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Oh,
It takes effort. And I do that intentionally.
Oh, fantastic, Dr. Moya. Thank you very much for your comments.
So first of all, midlife crisis, like any other crisis, is a phase. It's something that comes and it will come and then it will go and then you launch into the next year. It's like teenagers, you know, from the age of these days, it's very fast. From the age of 10, 11, they are already showing you attitude. They are ready, you know, you're seeing the signs of teenagehood with all the rudeness and everything that comes with it. So you have finished that one. You're now, you become an adult after your teenage years, become an adult, you've been adulting. Now you're crossing over to the next phase of adulthood. You will have a bit of that shake-up. But what saves you is the foundation that you have, which you fall back to. So let me tell you something recently. Oga came back one day and said he wanted to dye his hair blonde. I said, what?
Blondie.
Blondo. Hey, you that you are SU. You be SU since I've known you. Yeah. You don't believe in all of this. You just allow me to do it because it makes me happy. Yeah. But it's not you. I said, he really wants to. I said, brother, what? Are you sure it's not midlife crisis? You know, and I started reading up on it and I started seeing some of the signs that it comes. And I said, oh God, we have to sit down and read this thing. It's a phase, it will go, you know, it will blow over. And that dyeing of hair has blown over to something else. So it will for a while, and I'm just understanding that myself will still get to that point. I think my own started from the time I was a baby. My own crisis every month.
Let me let you come in here.
Okay, so I was going to say that the fun part of midlife crisis for me is even the dressing up and everything, but you know that it has impact on relationships. Remember, you know, at least growing up, I used to hear of marriages that were going through issues where the man, all of a sudden, he does not want to be that devout, responsible husband. He wants to now start wearing saggy jeans and then dating younger and things like that. And the conversation and the advice that we were giving to women is, don't worry, it's a phase, it will blow over and he will come back to his senses. And so, you know, in fact, I feel that those were some of the conversations that helped women to adjust to those misbehaviors that the men would show during that period. So it's the impact on relationships that we need to be looking at.
Yes, I like that.
Okay.
I was going. Let me stay on that impact on relationships, because Okay, let me let you finish.
Yes. So we need to see, and how we can help each other is talk about it, recognize that it exists, and these are the things that could happen. So just like the example Beecee gave, when he came to her and he did not come to someone who was unaware of what could have happened. And imagine they had been going back and forth and he'd be like, she's just trying to stop my shine. This person does not like me anymore. But once she mentioned this is what could be happening, he's able to centralize it, you know, to one thing, and they read up about it and look at it. Then they laugh about it. But if you did not have a name for it, you'd be like, no, this is just me. It's happening specially.
Hey, something has
It's not
started.
not a midlife crisis. My own is a special situation. So we need, there's something my husband always says, don't make long-term decisions on short-term issues. Like you're going through a short-term crisis, don't make decisions that will be forever lasting because of something that is about to blow over. So if people are aware that this is a short a phase, they'll be careful not to make so much mistake that affects their whole relationship.
So the angle I wanted to come in was because a lot of women in their midlife, they start making money. Start doing well. They become maybe CEOs, they become directors in companies, and their career is building. That time, they also want to look good. So the husband interprets it that, is she dating somebody? Is she sleeping with the MD? Because you are having this midlife crisis of, okay, I feel empowered now. I don't want to be Sumbo in the house. No, how, because the other day, my mother-in-law called me, Elizabeth. I'm like, Mommy, please.
No, please don't. Never.
Don't start sipping that into my subconscious. Please.
Will you be like YK that says they call her glamour?
I don't know about that one. But you know, she was giving me nails. You know, sometimes when I'm trying to dress up in the house, when I'm trying to wear something, I'm like, don't you know it is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala you should be looking at? That's the kind of person, that's the kind of level that you are in. Do you always the quintiles of the... I appreciate those people, and I would like to be there career-wise.
Yeah, but you like the Kardashians.
I like the look of other areas, other people. You know, I try to, because you're constantly trying to bring me back to, don't you know, these are the people you should be looking at.
Like, Amore, let me tell you what happened.
So the point is that a lot of men don't realize that when you sip those things into subconscious, some women rebel. Because some women say, no, that's what, and because they rebel and do otherwise, you now think, it's because... they're cheating or something's happening. Because a lot of men begin to have that they have that insecurity because you can't handle a woman who is now the MD of a company, and now she doesn't want to look like this my Yasumbo anymore. She wants to look like the chick because she just feels,
so a lot of men don't, sorry, let me apologize if I say what I want to say. I did not say everybody, but I say a lot of men are not in the space where they read. They focus strictly on their career, what they are good at, and they don't read some soft life issues that would help them understand how to manage situations when they come up. But because of the way society is, a woman is expected to understand when it's happening to the man. But when it's happening to the woman, nobody cares about understanding. Suck it up. And at the end of the day, those women who were not able to forcefully express or explain themselves out. So we have people who understand us and would listen to us when we talk to them. Some people don't. So you find that those people become depressed and they start living in resentment. And down the line, you start hearing this disease, this sickness, this, that, because they had repressed that time they were supposed to express, you know, and express in love. Because if you are supportive, you understand that, okay, this is just the phase she's going through. Let me support her. Let me make her feel good. Let me do this. After a while, you get out of it. In a few years, you get out of it and you are back to, I am the mama of this compound. I am the this of...
I'm thinking, are you sure that's not an advantage of marrying someone much older who's gone ahead of you and done...
And already knows where you're coming.
I know where you're coming. Don't worry, it's your time now.
No.
I'm thinking
a much older, educated, and a learner. Because I've seen much older that is even the end. You dare not raise your neck to say you want to change how I've met you. So they expect you to stay the same. You met me when I was 18. You expect me to stay the same till this age? It's not possible. So if men would humble themselves to read some of these things, find information, it will help them understand that it's not because this woman wants to be wayward. Some things are going on with her. Let me allow her. Let me see how she flies. Let me support her. Before you realize the woman comes back to you in full and takes over her position as proudly mama or whatever she wants to call herself.
Demola Alalade says there's no midlife crisis anywhere. people tend to discover certain things about themselves at every point of their lives. When that time comes, people should be allowed to explore and discover and make themselves happy as that phase will eventually pass. So if that phase of finding yourself and exploring, if it involves being with someone else apart from their partner, is this something that we're willing to sit down and watch them grow out of?
Mbao.
Well, you see, the reason why we say it's a
That one is
crisis.
different.
Because sometimes
it's part of it. That's the crisis.
yeah,
That's the
it's
crisis.
a crisis. Those are the certain things where even a man doesn't want to see the kids. I don't want to see the wife. The responsibilities. I'm done. I just want to be with my boys. It's a crisis. You know, a woman says, I don't want to see the kids. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want anybody saying, Mommy, I just want to be me for just a short time, even if it is 2 days. So it's a crisis because it's like you're going away from reality. So, but you must also understand that you have to come back to reality.
Yeah,
You're escaping reality, but it's also is it healthy to escape reality?
You want
Jessie
fantasy
says-
now.
Jesse Obi says, ladies, don't you think giving an intermittent break in marriages might give opportunities to unexpected, like cheating?
Hey, whoa.
Yeah.
That's the fear.
That's another
Don't even
angle.
try it.
That's the fear.
Let me take Ajoke. I'll come to TVC. Ajoke, good morning. Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please. Yes.
Good morning. What I will say is that one should enjoy his life at any age, any phase of your life. Enjoy your life. Me, I like to look good. I am 69 this month.
Wow.
Me, I don't like looking. So that's what I will tell women. Any phase of your life, enjoy it.
Okay.
Look
Fantastic.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ajoke.
So what I see, my own personal opinion is, if, for instance, you are in that phase where things are blooming for you, the midlife thing has started, your work space is good, you are becoming CEO, blah, 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 you're now getting more attention from different people, and you have a husband who is not at par, a husband who doesn't understand, who doesn't support, I think that's where you even start considering, maybe this person is smiling at me and I kind of like him. I think that is where that comes in. But if you are in that space with somebody who understands and holds your hand, it's not easy for a woman to just decide to just go out
Vice
there.
versa?
Yes.
Would you say vice versa?
I wouldn't say vice
No, I won't say vice versa, because for men, they've given us 107 excuses of why it's biological for them to do that. But for a woman, I know it's not an easy thing to just do and just move on. Do you understand? But that's why you must understand what your partner is going through. And you can talk about your fantasies. There was a course I did recently where they were asking women, that my other area, sexual something. They were not asking.
Kind of courses, I don't understand where these guys come from.
I'm a life coach now.
go ahead,
I have
go
to dig into some things, yeah. So they were not asking women to mention married women, fantasies. Hey,
Jesus Christ.
the kind of things we had.
Hey.
I won't say it. This is live TV before they come after. The kind of things we had. Have you had this sort of conversation to my husband? No. He will not understand. He will say, I'm now demon. He will say this, he will say that. That's how they have not had that conversation. So if that person who is in that relationship where she's not free enough to share some of those fantasies with her partner starts getting through or going through midlife crisis,
just opened a
and
new
somebody
can of
now winks and like, I can give you what you're looking for, baby. What do you expect?
Lord of Jesus.
I don't know.
Okay, let me pause. I need to take
It's
that
not
in for me.
edifying. I don't.
It's an interesting angle because, oh, Father in heaven,
Is
help
it
me.
edifying?
This
Oh, I forgot to see that.
because a lot of Nigerian women,
Yeah.
because as I said, many women, especially married women, slide into my DM. And I think, and that's why I'm always very careful to talk about marriage.
Yeah.
I really I want my marriage to maybe hit 25 years before I start really dishing out. Because
Yeah.
I'm just 13 or 12 years in marriage, and I feel that there's a lot more for me to learn.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of people coming to my DM,
Yes, we
and
do.
I've seen a few of that. Where they actually have these desires.
Yeah, it's
They're
there.
unable to speak it. And then so some will say, I am 50-something years old and I have regrets. And I have young people who are really willing to fulfill these desires. And there's temptation in my face. These are serious,
a huge
Nigerian
matter.
conversations. But let me take this call from Abosede. Good morning, Abosede. You're live. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, Mariah. How are you
Morning.
doing?
Very well.
I appreciate this call that you guys are talking about. But I am going through that phase as I speak with you.
Okay.
I am 49. I was 49 in August. But do you know that there is a lot of things I've prayed
I'm craving for that I've not, I don't do before.
Like
I saw you wearing a leg chain now. You know that before now I don't really crave for it, but now I love it.
Ah.
There was a time last year I traveled to Ghana, and I wanted to buy a waist. Honestly, naturally, before I don't really like it. But as I grow older, I see that I wanted to wear it, but I never had to call my husband. My husband lived in the US. I said, I want to buy a waist. He said, oh, I just started anything. So where is that one coming from? But really, I wanted the leg thing, but it didn't allow me. I really don't know. But naturally, before now, I really don't like them. But now I see myself craving for. I'm looking at you, I'm seeing it, I am desiring it. But my God will not allow me. I don't know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Abose. See, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because some women marry as SUs, especially those women that Sister Mary. I always go back to Sister Mary.
Yeah.
Sister Mary married as a nice, pious girl, Christian. She wanted a good Christian boy. Everybody is in choir. Everybody together. We are now husband and wife, blood of Jesus, everything. You now become to get to 40. And Sister Mary is thinking,
hormones.
she's now saying, I want to look like Kim Kardashian. I want to wear the weaves. I want to have the waist beads. I want to have the anklets. I want to look like a babe. I see Beecee them, all of them carrying all this long hair. Me too, I want to, and brother John is thinking,
what happened?
what happened to you? Who is exposing you to this? What are you even watching? And I think it's the demon has invested, not knowing that the girl is going through a phase.
Yeah.
So the man is there scabashing, thinking that the girl has been possessed, reporting to pastor that wife has changed, that the Sister Mary I knew is not.
Has been possessed.
Has been possessed. But the truth is,
Spirit
she's
of
getting to the
vanity.
point where I have been Sister Mary for all these years. Please, I want to be Brazilian hair for tomorrow. Just allow me, not that it's, sinful, not that we're going to do bad things, but I want to look like...
So I think that's what we're talking about earlier, where we're saying that I said there are some parts of this midlife crisis that we can allow our partners to go ahead and do it so that they don't need to rebel with us on bigger things. So she wants to wear the leg chain. That's fine. She wants to wear the hair. That's okay. She can take off the hair tomorrow. But don't fight the tiny battle so much that when the bigger ones, it's affecting the bigger things. So it's like, okay, you do not want me to wear leg chain. You do not want me to. Now, please, I'm traveling abroad for 3 months, and I just want to see the world and hang out with these Rastafarian guys and whatever. Do you understand? So you push the person. But it's important that both parties are aware that this is what's happening. Sis, I think this is midlife crisis. You're like, no, God forbid, I'm not that old. Like, that's where you're headed. You look at the symptoms, you're like, okay. And then knowing that at the back of her mind will also help to direct how far she goes. For her husband, I hope he hears her loud.
We need to wrap up on this. I want us to take a few comments on social media so we can wrap up. Go to our next
Just something little. So I like how she, just sort of wrapped it up. When you allow them to do the little things, right? They even tire us. Yes, there were months I went without I have 2 leg chains. I did not wear because I was tired. I have the waist bead that it was a phase. In fact, I bought for me and my 2 girls. We all wear. The only person whose own is still on the waist is the little baby. Me and the elder daughter, I don't even know where it is. I got tired. So if you allow them express, just have that conversation so you know when the expression wants to go above what it is expected and within the guidelines of your marriage. But you must be open to hear them out without judgment. So why women don't talk about some of these things is because they will be judged. The next thing, they will give you a name, label you, call you a name that is not your name, just because they don't understand. So don't judge, don't label, because your own fantasy, you will not share with us, but you go and do it with somebody else. Me, I'm sharing with you and you're calling me name.
Fantastic. Maybe I put anklet this morning now. Maybe by next 1 week, I might just...
You're tired.
Because I just feel like wearing it.
Yeah.
They'll go and preach to me because that they don't have been possessed.
And when they preach it on you, you insist on doing that.
There's the
flip
opposite
side,
that happens, where you're all these things, and all of a sudden, midlife crisis hits, and you just want to be
Sister Mary.
No, you just want to be Sister Mary.
Yeah.
You want to go.
It happens that way.
And meanwhile, you have this high-flying, outgoing personality of your husband. And it's like,
Couple.
well, power couple. All of a sudden, no, I just want to stay at home and wear this boo and just not do anything.
And it's okay.
It's okay too.
Because it's also a phase.
It affects the marriage too. It impacts on the relationship as well.
Well, that's true.
Understanding of
You
the
actually look
partner.
at it. So it goes back to understanding and making sure you have the buy-in.
Yeah.
That's why I can't wear this anklet to the house. Once I get into my
They have seen you.
They've seen you.
Brown doesn't watch TV. Doesn't watch. Unless those are people who will go and screen grab and show him. He doesn't watch. Anyway, let's go on the break. We have to wrap on this. But any comments on social media?
We have a lot.
Okay. A midlife crisis should not be tied to marriage before you get into marriage. You must have known your partner very well. A midlife crisis should be linked to behavioral attitude that people pick up at old age that was never part of their life. Let people explore.
Beecee said, I got tired of waist beats and waist chains too. Omoti says, looking good is all about mindset. I'm 45 in December. I work out 4 times a week. I eat right. And I dress me. And I do not want to look mature as some women like me do.
Okay, I think we can wrap up on that. But in a nutshell, really, we started this conversation. About just getting women to understand,
Take a break.
you know, to take a break, to take a break.
Yeah.
So, from taking a break, we now felt that maybe some women actually do need that break, and the reasons why they need that break is because they may be going through some midlife crisis.
Yeah.
And we wanted the conversation to explore and help people understand the various angles of midlife crisis for both men and women. Women have different phases in life, and we're saying that no matter what phase your spouse is in, it's temporary. Allow them to explore as long as it's within the limits of your marriage. And nobody's asking them to go and do anything extramarital.
Yep.
We're just saying that allow them to do stuff that makes them feel happy, and eventually that phase will phase out. And if it doesn't fade out, you can have a conversation on how you can best manage it where it doesn't hurt the real core of your marriage.